السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. Welcome back everybody. And today's lesson number 11, we are going to learn about al-mudud. Before you begin this lesson, make sure that you have mastered the previous harakat that we have learned. We learned fatha, makes a sound, appears above the letter. Kasra appears beneath the letter, makes a E sound, and Dhamma, which looks like a little waw and makes an U sound. If you're not sure that you know these words, go back, or you know these harakat, go back and watch those videos before you join us today. Now, al-mudud. Let's talk about mudud. What are they and what does it mean? In Arabic, the word madda means to extend. Therefore, there's going to be letters that have longer sounds. They're going to be elongated. And subhanallah, the letters that are going to be elongated are three. And they are alif, waw, ya. You can see them right here as well. So there's going to be two versions of an alif, two versions of a waw, and two versions of a ya. You learned earlier that alif comes from the throat, right? The throat, and it's right next to the letter ha. You learned that the waw comes from the lips. And you learned that ya comes from the middle of the tongue. And that's true when they have a fatha, kasra, or dhamma, right? When they have these harakat, that's where they're going to come from. However, when these harakat are absent, right, and they're not above or beneath a letter, or one of these three letters, I should say, then what you have is another harakah called sukoon. Sukoon. Now, sukoon sometimes appears like a little circle. That's a sukoon. Sometimes it appears like the tip of a jim or a ha or a kha. Remember those letters? Looks like just the tip of it. And sometimes a letter will have nothing. And when a letter has nothing, that means by default it has sukoon. So if a letter has no harakah, then you are dealing with a sukoon. Now, how are you supposed to pronounce a letter with sukoon? So I have nothing here, so that means that these letters all have sukoon. The way that they are pronounced is that they have to be combined with the letter that comes before it. Otherwise, it'll be difficult. And the Arabs would never start a word, right, with a letter that has a sukoon. You can't do that. It needs a letter before it, a supporting letter. So we're going to take just one vowel, right, and we're going to start with that. And this vowel is going to be alif. So the letter alif, in order for it to be a vowel, two things need to happen. Number one, it has to have sukoon. If it doesn't have a sukoon, then you're not dealing with a med. You're dealing with the alif with a fatha kasra dhamma. Short sound. But if the alif does have a sukoon, and remember, if it has nothing, then it does have a sukoon, the letter before it will have a fatha. And this is a rule that I want you to remember. If you see an alif with nothing above it, right, no sukoon, right, then that means that the letter before it will always have a fatha. It'll always have a fatha. And that alif that you're dealing with is a vowel. One thing that you also notice is that the hamza has to be gone. There's no hamza. If there's a hamza on the alif, then it's not going to be a vowel. All right? So, how is this pronounced? Well, you know the ba with the fatha is going to be ba. Now that you have a vowel after it, alif, sukoon, fatha before it, that ba or the fatha on the ba can be extended. It's going to be ba. Ba. Okay, longer. It's not ba. Ba. Right. And what you want to remember is how long should you make this, right? How long should you make the vowel? Should you say ba or ba? the first one was too long, and the second one was short, very short. What you want to do is make it as long as it takes you to pronounce two letters with a haraka. They say that the normal vowel, right, gets elongated two harakat, right? Harakatain. So you have a fatha and a fatha. The amount of time that it takes you to say should be the length of your vowel. Ba. Like not too long. طيب. So what I'm going to do, and before I pronounce the words, just a reminder, you'll see that the alif has this little extension, or this little symbol. This is a symbol just to what? To let you know that the alif is a vowel, and it mainly appears on an alif, and you may see it sometimes on a waw and a ya, but it lets you know that those letters are longer. So all the vowels that we're dealing with today are two harakat. You may ask, can a vowel be longer than that? The answer is yes, but this is not the lesson in which we discuss when a vowel is going to be longer, right, or shorter. We're just going to start with the original med. Okay, so let's pronounce the letters with the vowels. So we're going to go through every letter, alif, ba, ta, tha, when there is a vowel after it. A, ba, ta, tha, ja, ha, kha. I'm going to stop here for a moment. I want to remind you that the bold letters, right? The bold letters. If the vowel alif, and this is only for the alif, comes after one of the bold letters, then alif becomes bold, right? So kha, for example, don't say kha, horizontal. Kha is bold. Remember, the mouth opens up and down. So alif should be bold. So let's continue. Da, tha, ra, za, sa, sha, sa, da, ta, va, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, wa, ha, ya. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. Continue to practice, and inshallah we'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.